The best fight on paternity court.
If you look at this baby, man, you know it's your baby. You just sad.
There's no comparison.
He's a sad person. He's sad. I can't call him Mr. Nothing.
No, it don't always. It don't. You don't know what he came back with. Because you didn't get nothing. Because you didn't get nothing.
He came back a week later.
A 2-month fling results in a baby whose paternity was now at stake. No shock there. The defendant claimed he didn't father the baby. However, interestingly enough, the plaintiff also sued Mr. Ham for something that he took and never gave back.
Me, my sister, and my cousin went to the baby shower. And Your Honor, I didn't get nothing from that baby shower. Nothing. Nothing
It's
came to
not
me.
for you, it's for the baby.
Everything came to him. The baby stayed with me. I should have got the stuff that came to my house. All the stuff went to his house.
So all the gifts given to the baby at the baby shower
didn't come to me at all.
didn't leave with the baby.
No.
Right, because it was bought by my family and me.
Going into the background of how this not-so-serious relationship came to be, turns out that both randomly met. Jarrell followed the plaintiff, exchanged numbers, and boom, soon got to the baby-making part.
She had more than one boyfriend.
Yes, Your Honor, and she's married too, and she's still technically married now. She's not divorced now, she's still technically married. And she had 2 boyfriends too. So this is why I'm in a point where, okay, this can't really be my child.
But things weren't as simple, as Mr. Ham just couldn't wait to reveal all the secret boyfriends and a husband. But he still chose to mess around and sleep with the baby mama. You made the bed, now you gotta lie in it.
Ma'am, she got in the car with me, and we left that same day, and we had that same day. We had sex that same day. And after we had sex that day, we was like peas, she was on my heels, we was together.
No, actually, how can you be with somebody after 2 days of knowing them? How can you be with somebody?
It looked like the defendant didn't like being played by a girl like that. He got a taste of his own medicine, and found it bitter. The plaintiff, on the other hand, had fascinating skeletons in her closet.
She already had boyfriends before she was even with me, and just like I say, when she get drunk, she's real sexual. When she get drunk, she gets so drunk that you
right. I am.
If she was drunk right now, she would be passed out sleeping
What's wrong with that?
TV.
Okay. What's wrong with that?
According to Miss Davis, her guy was happy at first. This raises the question that what made him end up here at this court, right? Well, it turns out baby mama had no control over her mouth in a fit of rage, and things took a turn for the worst.
I was not the father of that child.
I said it to him in an argument.
It was getting heated, and it's to the point she was like, you know what? I'm just be honest. This ain't even your child, so you ain't got to worry about being here in this child. You ain't got to worry about doing
I didn't say it like that.
So I said,
I didn't say it like that.
That's when I completely snapped, because at the same time, I'm in a 50 situation. Yeah, I want to be happy, but at the same time, I don't want to have nothing to do with it just because what she put me through.
I don't think the good old conception calendar would have been much help in this scenario. When you've got a husband, 2 boyfriends, and a guy on the side, it seems more like you don't need a calendar. You need a yearly planner to figure out who's the father amongst them all.
Ms. Davis, you're saying you were still sleeping with your boyfriend in July.
Yes, in the beginning.
And then you started sleeping with Mr. Ham in August or late July.
No, beginning of July. Beginning of July.
We had sex, the first time we had sex was the second day we met, and we was having sex on and on every day.
Mommy also sued the baby daddy due to an inevitable baby shower. Well, that must have been one heck of an exciting evening for all concerned parties, as the baby shower resulted in a shocking revelation.
Because me and him previously got into it. We got into an argument. He like, don't come to this baby shower. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not coming. The day before the baby shower, his mom and him and his sister called my phone begging me to come. They said, it's not a baby shower without you there.
They did.
We talked to Jarrell.
Because you were still pregnant at the time.
Yeah, I was still pregnant. I was 8 months.
Further proceedings of this case revealed another reason Mr. Ham thought he didn't father baby Jarrell. The guy was just inches away from blowing this court up. On top of that, he needed some serious lessons that were delivered by the judge.
And still give gifts to a child when they don't even know for certain if the baby is yours, because they're doing the right thing for the baby. Now you gotta do the right thing by the law. You either give her $1,500 or return the things. That's my ruling. I'm done with it.
I think we've all had enough of this drama. It was apparent that the defendant would not rest till the contents of the DNA results were presented to him. So, let's get right to it.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Ham, our Jarrell's father.
Like I said, I don't have no problem with stepping up, but at the same time, I can't be in this child's life if she's trying to control me with this child.
The plaintiff filed the suit claiming the baby daddy denied her baby, and the reason was Miss Hernandez. However, she was also filing the case against the baby daddy, which made it all the more interesting.
He's denied her back and forth. He says, I'm not the father, I am the father.
I'm not denying, I'm simply requesting the truth, Your Honor. I'm not denying anybody, and I've been there for both of my
You have not been there.
My family and I have done a lot.
Keyword, your family. You are the father. Remember that.
There was no love lost between Miss Jones and Mr. Trevino. Plus, their varied narratives were sufficient evidence of that conclusion. But the irony was that Mommy straight up roasted the guy and wasn't cutting him any slack. Nonetheless, in hindsight, Baby Daddy was a good sport about it.
Mr. Trevino, why the doubt? Why have you been denying that this child is yours?
You know, we went to the doctor. I asked him around what time did she get pregnant. He gave me around.
You don't even know what time because you're not right. You don't know what time, nothing. You don't even know what time it is now. So let me tell you, he does not know.
Things ought to be easier if one sticks by what they claimed. That didn't happen here, though. And the plaintiff maintained he was her baby daddy, but emotions got the better of her at some point.
She went down and gave me a low blow, and I was like, I've been doing this for you and been doing that for you. You know, I kind of put it out there that, you know what I'm saying, I deserve some gratitude, you know, and she said,
Your Honor.
I said, you know what, I've been doing all this for you and the baby, and
we
she's
were
probably not
driving
even
down the
mine, and
street.
she says,
He was
matter of fact, she's not yours.
Out of spite, out of life in this fiasco. Context is important on this one, so allow me to get right to it. Miss Jones's low blow to Mr. Trevino in hopes of crushing his spirit bore severe consequences in the end. You know now he thinks he was not the daddy.
She told me flat out and had a look of truth on her face that, I mean, it felt so like she'd been trying to get that off her chest for a minute, and it looked like it felt good for her to actually tell me she was uncertain who the daddy was.
No, don't get it twisted. I didn't uncertainize nothing. That's the word I just created.
And during our relationship as well.
Uncertain.
It was time for Miss Hernandez to speak up, or better yet, contribute to this debacle happening in the court. Miss Jones accused her of being a hindrance in her child's relationship with her father. And this is what she had to say in return.
I am interfering in him being in a relationship with her.
He does not. You don't need to be.
Yes, you are.
If I'm in a relationship with him, I would have called him. I don't want anything to do with him. I had him.
Really?
Let him
That's
go.
a lie.
So then
And
why can't you have him be alone with his daughter?
Ms. Hernandez, it's your contention that you are not interfering.
No.
All right.
Either this dude had crippling insecurity issues, or he was being played left and right by these women. As if doubting one woman wasn't enough, he had doubts about the second baby mama as well. Yeesh! Moreover, his reasons for it were just convincing.
There's been so many times where I'm going off to work and she's over here straightening her hair and putting on makeup. Why don't you do that while I'm there? You should be doing that for me, not when I'm on my way to work. You know, and I'm on my way to work, I'm leaving, and there's guys coming over, and when I'm getting home from work,
coming over
they're
for
leaving.
my brothers, not coming over
You know what
for
I mean?
me.
Like,
I can't
and her
tell
brothers,
them.
by the way, her brothers hate me.
These guys didn't believe a word coming out of the other's mouth. It was obvious Mr. Trevino had trust issues, big time. He claimed he supported his other children, but not baby Cheryl and baby Thomas.
I think you'll
will
pay because
pay.
you will have to pay. But as a father, you need to be
I
there.
will gladly
I need
pay.
the help.
Why would he be there when you told him that that's not even his child? There's
What
a
did you
possibility.
say?
Why would he be there when there was a possibility
Because
that?
it felt good. I'm not talking
What
to
if it
you
felt
right
good?
now. I'm
You
talking to the judge.
You cannot blame me for
All right,
not
that's
being
not his
around
child.
more when you physically told me with your mouth that she's not mine.
All this bickering and pointless chatter held no concrete proof of who was in the right. The only thing to solve this blame game was the envelope in the judge's hands. Here were the results.
Jones versus Hernandez Trevino. Mr. Trevino are the father. Now you seem relieved but not surprised in either circumstance.
Miss Patterson was here with her parents suing the defendant. According to her, that better half abandoned her and the children and had been a deadbeat ever since. And, well, we all know how that gets sorted here.
Today I will prove that he is the father. I'm tired of doing everything by myself. I had to rely on my parents to do everything or help me when we both made this child. So he should step up and do what he has to do.
For what child? That's not my baby.
In a surprising turn of events, baby daddy wasn't just a random guy for this family. He was here just to prove he wasn't the father of little Jade, while mommy and her family held a whole other grudge against him.
I didn't go there and say, hey, you know, can you take me in, you know, call into their door.
When you say, hold on, when you say take you in, did you actually live with them, or meaning they accepted you?
He lived with us.
It was
He
both.
lived with us.
But
I didn't want
He
him to.
did.
Plaintiff's parents were brought up on the podium next. And oh boy, were they raging against this dude. It seemed Mr. Rothwell broke not just the girl's heart, but theirs as well. and Grandpa wanted to give him a piece of his mind.
If you look at this baby, man, you know it's your baby. You just sad.
There's no comparison.
He's
at all.
a sad person. He's sad. I
Baby's
can't
not-
call him
he doesn't
Mr.
look like me.
Nothing.
There's no resemblance.
I can't even say Mr. to him.
That's his twin.
Look at her.
She look
Look
just
at her.
like-
She look just
does
like
not
his
look like
mouth
me.
and all.
She doesn't.
Instead of dialing down the emotions, they just kept heating up, and fast. Baby daddy was initially involved in the pregnancy and acknowledged the baby. But things went crazy soon after when a truck came into the picture. Yeah, a truck. You heard that right.
We left a doctor's appointment, and I was actually, that day, I was on my way to the hospital to get induced. That is at my baby shower.
I mean, I'm a good guy. You can clearly see that, but when it comes to a child, that's a different story.
So
why
if
is
you're
not
dead,
showing you
why'd
a good
get
guy
shirt
now?
made that says
'Cause it's
Jade's
not my
daddy?
baby.
His shirt right there says Jade's daddy, which is her name.
These guys went from talking about a baby to arguing about a truck. The grudge with this guy was not just about baby Jade, but also the truck that the mommy went half on with him.
I waited a couple hours. I got the car, and look at that. Look at the lights on it. The lights on the inside, lights on it.
that's my
I'm like,
money.
wow. You ain't did nothing for my grandbaby, and I
Oh,
see
what's
about
that?
$3,000 worth of stuff in this car. So I
That's my
took his
money.
car, and I took it to my house. And see, I'm a mechanic. I told him, you gotta come see your daughter. I'll give you your keys.
Enough of this drama. The DNA results were the only things that could put this whole thing to rest. So, time for those results to take center stage.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Rothwell, you are the father.
I told you.
Stupid, don't
I told you. You owe my child an apology. You owe my child an apology.
Miss Knox believed her ex-boyfriend, Mr. Bailey, fathered her child. However, the baby daddy and his mother claimed that the woman was pinning this baby in the hopes of getting something else.
You claim your son is a famous dancer and is about to hit it big. Both of you claim Ms. Knox is pinning a baby on your son because she is after his fame and future fortune.
Yes, Your Honor.
The plaintiff stated in her testimony that she had to do everything for baby Cash, while the mother-son duo had been a no-show and of no help at all. Wow, the court just erupted into nonsense bickering afterward.
So I paid for everything because he quit his job, and in June of 2014, I asked him, when will he start to pay for something, and he said he will.
I always had
July 13, 2014, when it came, he didn't have anything. In the hospital with nothing. I paid for everything.
Uh-oh, shots fired. Miss Knox wasn't here to play ball with the defendant. If Mr. and Mama Bailey thought they could walk all over the plaintiff, then they were hugely mistaken. She would serve them right back and more.
Ma'am, as soon as my potential child was born, I paid to get his circumcision. I paid for that. That was $200 out of pocket. No
Why, if
question.
he's not your child?
No question. No question.
If you didn't think he was yours, why pay for it?
The same reason why I bought everything else.
You ain't do nothing for your own son, so I don't even know why you care.
So when did the paternity doubt take root in baby daddy's head? Mr. Rothwell narrated the instance when his doubts started kicking in. However, they didn't back up his claim too strongly.
I started doubting when I started seeing her actions. Like, who does that? Around the time I had first went got her, right? I'm not no phone checking type person. That's not my style, okay? But I just so happened to go through her phone. She was texting me and this little dude just around the same time, telling us it was like the same conversations, right? Like minutes apart. Not even, like minutes apart.
Safe to say, Mrs. Bailey and Miss Knox had no love for each other. Mama Bailey sincerely believed that the woman was out to get her son through this baby, and she won't let her.
When she met my son, and the reason why I say that is because you own the social media, okay? So obviously you done saw what he was doing for his other kids, and maybe even what's going on for...
Yana, he does not have a career. I don't know what career you're talking about, but he does not. He was nothing when I met him, and he's nothing now.
Ain't like you
it
nothing.
was your house.
Baby daddy went to Hollywood to do something big and make a name. Big dreams, right? However, he came back with a new career that the baby mama wasn't in favor of.
He'd take a few trips to Hollywood.
He came back with nothing.
It don't
He went
you
to
don't know
Hollywood,
what he
he
came back with. Because you didn't get nothing. Because you didn't get nothing from him.
He came back a week later. So if you go to Hollywood to
didn't
make
come back
out
no
of your
week
life,
later, Your
you
Honor.
are not gonna come back a week later to do this.
On one hand, Mommy was persistent that Mr. Bailey was her guy. On the other hand, she didn't let these guys meet baby Cash. Something didn't add up. However, Miss Knox tried to justify it later.
The reason why I don't give them to him because first off, their house is not even properly. It's not even a house. It's dirty. It's filthy. You
lie.
You didn't. I still don't trust my child with you because you didn't raise your own child. So I have a problem with
You
it.
are a
If
liar,
you didn't raise
girl.
your own kids, why would I freely give my child to you?
Madness didn't stop there. Nope. Baby mama had a suit filed against the baby daddy for child support, but she withdrew from it. And that led Mr. Bailey to believe that another potential baby daddy must be in the picture.
I filed for it at first, and then I really didn't want to do it because I feel like you grown. I shouldn't have to go through child support in order for you to take care of a child that you helped me make. So I did it, and then I just ain't respond to the case the most. So that's how the case got closed. I didn't go down there and say close the case. I just didn't respond to it at all.
Finally, Judge Lake stopped these guys from making a mockery out of this court any further. We all saw that one coming. Ain't no one gonna disrespect her in her domain. Time to get to those results.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Bailey, our Cash's father.
That's fine. You're still a tramp.